Is this chicken what I have, or is this fish?
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for things celebrities have said or suggested that made us question their intelligence. We will be leaving out racist and sexist comments, as that is its own list.
I feel bad. You don't think I feel bad?
Number 10, Demi Lovato. In April of 2021, pop superstar Demi Lovato got into a vicious social media feud with a frozen yogurt shop?
The controversy was ignited after Demi told her 102 million Instagram followers that she was finding it extremely hard to order froyo from the Big Chill when you have to walk past tons of sugar-free cookies, diet foods, before you get to the counter.
Yep, Lovato visited the Big Chill in Los Angeles and found, much to her consternation, a series of sugar-free and diet options. According to Lovato, who has battled eating disorders in the past, the experience was, quote, triggering and awful.
Do better, please, and labeled it #DietCultureVultures.
The Big Chill didn't take the attack lying down and publicly rebuked, saying that the yogurt was offered for those with dietary restrictions. Lovato's initial comments received a ton of backlash, as did her public fight with the yogurt shop. It was all quite bizarre, and she later apologized through an Instagram video.
I don't understand why she felt the need to go after them like this.
Number 9, Jaden Smith. Forget kids, it's celebrities that say the darndest things.
What you care about is how happy I am and how great the ice cream is.
In 2013, Jaden Smith went on a surreal Twitter rant against the education system. Some of the best quotes include, if newborn babies could speak, they would be the most intelligent beings on planet Earth. And if everybody in the world dropped out of school, we would have a much more intelligent society. And keep in mind, each word was written with needless capital letters.
It's the coolest of the coolest, it's the smoothest of the smoothest, it's the crudest and the rudest of the stupid kids.
If only there was an institution that taught us how to use proper spelling and grammar. Now, it's not uncommon for 15-year-olds to go off against, quote, pointless school, so hopefully he has grown out of these silly beliefs.
I'd rather swallow throw up cause I'm chilling with my girl and I doubt I'll ever grow up.
Number 8, David Beckham.
When we're out, he gets recognized so much that I'm literally, I'm known as Brooklyn's dad.
There's no denying that David Beckham is a genius on the footy pitch, but he seems a little lost when it comes to religion. On March 4th, 1999, Victoria Beckham gave birth to the couple's first child, a son named Brooklyn. Shortly after the birth, Beckham reportedly claimed, quote, I want Brooklyn to be christened, but don't know into what religion yet.
Saying it in a sarcastic way.
All right, we get the idea of what he was saying, but he shouldn't have used the word christened. Christening is a form of baptism, and as the name implies, it is often associated with Christianity. Christen, Christian. See, Dave?
You destroyed that boy. To be honest.
Number 7, Sienna Miller.
By creating chaos and uproar wherever she went. Divorced as many times as she married, she leaves only good wishes behind.
By the mid-2000s, Sienna Miller was primarily known as Jude Law's fiancée. That is, until he famously cheated on her with his children's nanny.
What's the matter, Alfie?
Nothing. I got a lot on my mind and,
Hoping to move past the scandal and build her portfolio, Miller starred in a movie called Factory Girl. And to help promote the film, Miller sat down with The Guardian's Simon Hattenstone and said a really stupid thing in the process. During the interview, Miller claimed that her main vice was smoking, but that, quote, the more positive approach you have to smoking, the less harmful it is. No, that's not how it works. To her credit, Miller immediately calls her statement irresponsible. Yeah, that's certainly one word for it. We can think of many more.
It was the biggest mistake of my life.
Number 6, Carl Everett. A successful baseball player, Carl Everett was a 2-time All-Star and won the World Series in 2005 with the Chicago White Sox. He was also a very controversial figure, whether it was fighting with the umpires, spouting homophobic remarks, or denying the existence of dinosaurs.
We have a T-Rex.
Put your head between your knees.
Dr. Grant, my dear Dr. Sattler, welcome to Jurassic Park.
During an interview with Sports Illustrated, Everett argued that we can't trust in the existence of dinosaurs because they're not mentioned in the Bible.
It's not possible. Listen, if there's one thing the history of evolution has taught us, it's that life will not be contained.
Meanwhile, we can trust in the existence of Adam and Eve because they are in the Bible, and quote, someone actually saw them. He proceeds to argue that dinosaur bones are man-made constructions, just to make his statements a little more head-shaking. Number 5, Paris Hilton. Is Paris Hilton putting on her airheaded personality for the cameras? Yeah, probably a little bit.
That's hot.
She crafted herself a media empire and has made billions of dollars through various business ventures. Yet, she doesn't know that London is in the United Kingdom. During a legal interview regarding a nightclub fight, Hilton was asked if UK publications had reported on the incident.
Media has really controlled my narrative for over 2 decades, and now it was time to tell the truth.
She answered, quote, no, there is stuff in London. Her lawyer, Larry Stein, was then required to tell her that London is in fact in the United Kingdom, prompting Hilton to respond with a curt, whatever. She later told CNN that, quote, everything bad that could happen to a person has happened to her. So yeah, maybe she really is just that airheaded.
Living travel tip number 48. Book confirmed connecting rooms for an extra large closet. Or, for your family.
Number 4, Tera Reed.
Why are you stopping? We have to go get Matt.
Don't you see that? There could be kids in there.
There's no one in there. And your kid is right here.
Sharknado is a smart movie pretending to be dumb. Tera Reed's comments about whale sharks are, well, just dumb. Reed is a mainstay throughout the Sharknado franchise, playing April Wexler. The actress appeared on Discovery's Shark After Dark to talk about the movies and the fish, and she stunned the audience with some confounding remarks.
Tera Reed famously said, they asked her, oh, doing Sharknado, what did you learn about sharks? And she was like, nothing.
Reed admits that she didn't want to, quote, sound stupid on the show, so she researched sharks beforehand. She came across the whale shark and was surprised, believing that they were the biological offspring of a whale and a shark. To her credit, she soon realized that mammals and fish cannot procreate. But that doesn't stop the audience from snickering in disbelief.
To help her out a little bit, they don't know how a lot of the sharks mate, so.
But not with whales. That's been ruled out.
Number 3, Elizabeth Hurley. Marilyn Monroe has been regarded as a sex symbol, and while we can think of many words to describe her, fat would not be one of them.
Isn't it delicious?
Who calls Marilyn Monroe fat, you may ask? For one, Elizabeth Hurley of Austin Powers and Estee Lauder fame. During an interview with Allure magazine, Hurley infamously said, quote, I'd kill myself if I was that fat.
I have been known to be jealous. I'm sorry.
There are all sorts of things wrong with this horrible quote, including the very insinuation that Monroe was a larger figure. According to fashion editor Sarah Baez, who tried on some of Monroe's clothing, her size ranged from 8 to 10.
You can't just go off shagging anybody anymore, and if you could, I wouldn't because I'm not like that.
Number 2, Kim Kardashian.
I wasted everyone's time. I wasted everyone's money. I wasted everyone's everything, and I feel bad.
We understand that divorce is difficult, but let's not compare it with teen cancer. On October 31st, 2011, Kardashian filed to divorce Kris Humphries after just 72 days of marriage.
I feel awful that I made him move out here and change his whole life, and I feel bad for him. I feel sad. I feel bad for the guy.
She then spoke to The Guardian about the split and compared her situation to an 18-year-old girl living with cancer. Kardashian stated, quote, the cancer taught her a big lesson on who her friends are and so much about life. She's 18. And I was like, that's how I feel. Her comment was seen as particularly tone-deaf and self-absorbed, regardless of how well-meaning it may have been.
Dad raised you better than that. Mom raised you better than that.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1, Mark Wahlberg.
In his mind, he probably has that conviction.
Even if it meant ruining everybody's life.
This actor fancies himself a tough guy, and sometimes that self-perception is truly head-shaking. Wahlberg was scheduled to fly on one of the 9/11 planes but changed his plans and left a week earlier. He was asked about this near-death experience during an interview with Men's Journal, and Wahlberg gave one of the all-time dumbest answers.
I was on that plane, okay, with my kids. It wouldn't have went down like it did.
According to the actor, he would have fought off the terrorists, presumably by himself, and then landed the plane safely. Not only is the comment far more embarrassing than heroic, it's also wickedly offensive to all those who lost their lives that day. Wahlberg has been in so many movies, he apparently thinks his life is one.
In the movies, he gets to be a hero.
What other celebrity-spouted nonsense should have been left unsaid? Tell us in the comments below.
What do you do without cell phones? How do you even survive?
Die. Talk to each other instead.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.